right now the governor has signed a bill and changed state law thanks to a News 3 investigation.
It all started 9 months ago after a sexual assault survivor shared her frustration with an existing Virginia law.
I've already been victimized by the rape, and then I feel like I'm being further victimized. They've chosen to support what they feel are the rights of the accused rapist.
Investigative reporter Margaret Kavanaugh joining us now in the studio.
Margaret, how did this survivor's story get the attention of lawmakers?
Well, this woman's courage is directly helping survivors across the Commonwealth now. Over the course of my reporting, lawmakers told me that her story shocked them and led leaders to act.
I commend you for your investigative work.
About 7 months ago, Virginia Attorney General Jason Miyares saw my first investigation.
I had some folks that texted me the story when it broke.
A woman told me she was raped in her home while taking a shower after a man broke in. The attack, she says, horrific, but the aftermath even worse.
It makes you feel very helpless and hopeless.
She was told to take medication to prevent her from getting HIV, but she says it made her sick. She wanted the suspect to be tested to learn if she had possibly been exposed and to see if she even needed to take the drugs. But a change to state law in 2021 prevented that from happening.
This is an example of putting the rights of the defendant and the felon above the rights of the victim.
According to the lawmakers who led the change, the purpose of it was to destigmatize people living with HIV. But the sexual assault survivors that I spoke with said that the change to the law made their healing process more difficult.
It's kind of like the rape is one and done, but this other is something that has been the most victimizing for me. Not having the support, and not being able to get the testing. And you would just think as someone that's, a victim of any crime, that there would be support for victims and not for perpetrators.
Her story shocked and outraged people like Delegate Emily Brewer.
That interview was just heartbreaking.
She filed a bill to change the law.
This is just all about standing up and supporting the victims of sexual assault.
State Senator Siobhan Donovan, who is also a doctor, learned of our investigation.
And as a physician, I was horrified.
She also filed legislation to change the law that now has the governor's signature. The new law will allow a Commonwealth's attorney to request from a judge that a rape suspect get tested for certain sexually transmitted infections that won't be used during their trial. The survivor then given this information while they try to heal.
I'm just so sorry that this victim fell into the time in between where she really had this bad outcome. I'm so happy you gave her a voice.
The survivor using her voice to speak out and us asking questions and exposing the truth got the attention of lawmakers with the power to make change.
So how did you find out about this whole situation?
Your story. Reporters are kind of the gatekeepers of democracy.
The gatekeepers of democracy and working to keep our community safer.
And the new law goes into effect July 1st.
Margaret, it must be rewarding to be able to go to that victim and give her the satisfaction of knowing that sharing her story made change.
That's right. And it really, all the credit goes to her speaking out, because by her sharing that and reliving it, as we kept telling this story over and over, it's very difficult to talk about something like that. But she's the one, by speaking out, really made a difference.
Well, and it was your coverage. I mean, to hear the state attorney general say that it was your story that brought it to their attention.
Yes, yeah. I mean, and it's going to affect so many survivors in the future, which is, so important. But thank you, Kurt.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, Margaret.
Yeah.